This game's matchmaking is embarrassingly bad. In the 41st millennium, there are only loading screens. Why is this game shunting me into games with 300 plus ping? Shunting, okay. I guess like forcing them into the game. 300 plus ping. Oof. Okay, that's not good. Why does it keep putting me back into those games after I leave? It genuinely sucks any willingness to play the game out of me because of how much of an ordeal it is to get into a proper game. Not to mention that you get assaulted by several long loading screens despite an SSD. It's pathetic. Barely any improvements since launch. All right. Yep. We're doing some performance feedback right now because I feel like this is a good thing to touch on. I know there's a new patch coming out, and I know there's going to be a new community update, so we definitely want to make sure that the devs understand that the game can definitely be running a little bit better as far as connections, matchmaking, across the board. Now, today I had 2 disconnections. Nothing too bad though, to be completely honest. I think I was able to get an operation like directly after. Still getting 2 disconnections pretty bad. I'm starting to realize that I have I think it's easier to get disconnections on PC for whatever reason, but when it comes to console, it's been running pretty well for me. On the PS5 Pro, I've had really no connection issues since the last maintenance, I believe. And that goes for high ping. However, on PC, yeah, I've been seeing some suspicious ping at the very least. So I definitely wanted to make sure that we revisited this at the moment where we're about to get a community update. I want to see what the devs are thinking, because I remember some patches ago where the devs mentioned that one of their driving focus recently would be performance. Like, I remember they said the next huge patch, they were talking about patch 10. However, now we're getting reports where patch 9 is actually pretty big also. So I think the devs are biting off a lot right now. I think they're really trying to improve every point of the game. I don't think the skeleton crew thing really has any merit. However, I do think they have their team spread out to a lot of different stuff. So, I mean, hey, if this is what they've been doing since launch, I just say keep rolling with it. Ultimately, though, when it comes to loading screens and, yeah, pretty terrible ping, I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. I actually am kind of interested to get into some PvP soon, and I kind of want to see how ping is performing in that area, because I remember ping was always pretty weird with PvP. However, for the most part, is this maybe what this guy's talking about? As far as loading screens go for PvP, it's not that bad, but I will admit, yeah, loading screens have been yeah, the loading screens are probably one of the drawbacks of the matchmaking in this game. The one thing that's really annoying is, like, if you're about to leave a game, it can just put you into a game, and then you have to leave another game. Like, for example, like at the end of the operation, the host leaves, and it just puts the other 2 players in their own lobby. Well, they can potentially matchmake you from that point, and then now you have another layer of loading screens to get through. I wish if maybe just the host left at the end of the games, maybe it just disbanded the party or something. I'm not too sure why they do this. So there are loading screens that we're getting that are potentially unnecessary. However, for the most part, I think this game's matchmaking is embarrassingly bad. I have a silly suspicion he's talking about PvP here, but I really don't believe it. We really don't see much conversation around PvP, and for whatever reason, I've kind of been jonesing it a little bit. So we might see some PvP soon. We might not. We'll see. I'm still having a lot of fun with Absolute 2.0 to be honest. Absolute 2.0 was very fun. I also want to still play some Siege mode, but I did end up beating Wave 15 Siege mode on hard on console and PC. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. There's still a lot of stuff to do in this game, to be completely honest. It's just unfortunate that a lot of stuff in this game is in between like 5 loading screens. So we'll figure that part out. But for now, this is where we start to gather feedback. I even had high ping bot games. I mean, WTF, high ping to myself? I don't think that's true. That's crazy. I really hope not. It has to be, you maybe were in an open lobby, but just didn't notice, right? Like, you maybe had bots in your game, but just nobody joined. It was still open lobby or something. I'm pretty sure if you have private, you should be offline. However, I'm not 100% sure on that. If this is the case, that is pretty terrible. Also had games, wait, hold on. Also, if this is the case, that means you gotta check your internet connection, right? Something like that. That's pretty wild. Also had games that showed a ping between 20 to 30, but the game was lagging. Like one with 200 plus ping. I've had the opposite in a weird way. Like I've seen red ping, like, you know, when they had the red bars pop up in the top right. I've had red ping before that felt like it was functional, but that was recent in siege mode, and it wasn't like, honestly, pretty much went away like in a little bit. So maybe it was just like a spike. However, it could be like the same thing for here. It could be a spike. Most of the times I test for a 1 to 2 enemy encounter and leave if I feel like the ping is too high to reliably hit blocks and dodges. Yeah, no, to be honest, this is why it's a big deal, and this is why we need to talk about it, because this game really does rely a lot on having good connection, so you can hit parries, perfect dodges, all of that. You know, you gotta really understand the timing for those things. So when you notice there's a lag, it can mistime you. You can 100% be in a bad position if you are trying to perfect dodge a Hellbrute or something, and it's lagging. 100%, you're gonna get stunned, and game over. We will see though. We will see. Hopefully the devs talk about this. But yeah, I had a bad morning, but like my last 2 games were fine, and I've noticed console ping being a lot better than PC ping. Not too sure how you guys are doing that, not sure how you guys are, you know, basically playing PC or console or whatever. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any clarification that you would like to add in if you play console and have bad ping, or if you play PC and have good ping. Let me know, because yeah, for me it's PC bad ping, console good ping for whatever reason. But again, this also kind of boils down to who you're connected to. So yeah, I would like to see what the devs talk about with performance issues in the community update. But we're kind of getting ahead of that. We are 4 or 3 days away from a community update, so that's going to be a very big one. In the beginning months of the game, I heard that every match is peer-to-peer and that there are not really servers involved, but that cannot be true since high-ping bot games would not be a possibility that way. I mean, that's fair. I just think this whole situation with the high-ping bot games, we're going to need some clarification with that. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you ever had a bot game with high ping. But yeah, also, if you're 100% sure if that was a private game, let me know even more, because then we have some questions, right? Ah, yes, the great server, and the main reason I stopped playing this game. I can't even get into my friend's lobby, and if I go do Operation/Siege, I'll get into whatever server that has 300 ping, literally unplayable multiplayer game. All right, this is unfortunate. We're going to read this, but I also have a comment to follow this back, because I have, there's a common theme here, which is unfortunate. However, with the can't join your friend in the you can't join your friend lobby, I wonder if that is crossplay. But regardless, that's still unfortunate. Sometimes I would like to see if players are like, I am 100% have a good connection, because there's sometimes where I've been disconnected and I went on to like a website and it didn't load, and then sometimes I've been disconnected, immediately check the website and it loads. Sometimes I've been disconnected in games where I know I was connected to the internet because I was watching a video on another screen. So yeah, I mean, this is why it's very important to talk about this stuff, because for everybody it's kind of different. So it's really hard to fix these problems because a lot of people have different situations. And I think it's kind of interesting to see that some platforms, at least in my case, some platforms are performing better than others. However, I just had a really good operation, but it's kind of like in the middle of the day for me, so maybe I was connected to somebody closer to me. Sometimes I play really early, so I could connect to people overseas. I guess this really all depends in that case. But okay, yeah, let me show you a thematic comment here. I can only tell you a lot of people left the game because of the lobby's issues, myself included. I guess it will be fixed in the next game. Well, okay. I mean, at least they have some hope, right? Okay, so here's the thing. This is a separate comment. You would think this is a comment that would be responded to the comment I just read. However, it's not. This is a separate comment talking about how they ended up leaving the game because of lobby issues, connection issues, matchmaking issues, for whatever reason. Now, as far as I know, actual matchmaking is fine. Like, I've never been happier with the fact that if I want to play sniper and I join into a game that is possible for me to join, I never have to worry about somebody playing sniper. That part about matchmaking has been great. So I understand this is a feedback video, so there has to be a little bit of good feedback here, especially in the light of people saying they're leaving the game because of connection issues. Holy cow. Like, I've seen a few of these. The thing about matchmaking is if you get into a bad game, you get way more punished for it. Like, if you get into a good game, you can play with them again, you can continue playing on good connection, you can get a really good session in if you just join a good game right away. But in this game, if you join a game that's bad, not only can you load into a game you're not even going to be able to load into, which is a loading screen that's practically worthless, you might basically need to restart the game just so it starts to like refresh your matchmaking, because sometimes then you could just get then you can keep joining the same game that you can't even join into. Yeah, sometimes it can get like that. So it's like you get hardcore punished if you just don't immediately matchmake into a good server or something, and it's very unfortunate. So yeah, I really hope they start to figure that stuff out, man. That's why it's important to give feedback. And I think some stuff they adjusted with matchmaking is good. I think honestly, when it comes to overall connection, it's been a little bit better for me since the last maintenance. And I saw on Discord they like went through like an hour or maybe even a 2-hour maintenance, and luckily I was busy at the time, so I did not notice that. But yeah, it's cool that we were able to get some sort of fixes, at least temporary fixes, for some of the more egregious connection issues. However, yeah, the ping in this game can 100% put you into a position where you are spending way more time than you thought on just trying to get into a game. Like, sometimes the game can just put you into a game you can't connect to. I hope they can figure that stuff out. If they're able to navigate, like, which classes are going into which games, I hope they can find a way to literally just join a game that basically just doesn't have bad ping. Like, join, like, the closest game or something like that. I don't know. We do need a better lobby system. That's just like the bottom fact of this is we 100% need a better lobby system in the next game, considering is what they just said right here. I guess it will be fixed in the next game, but with what they fixed in this game, I'm not satisfied with, but I'll take for the moment. So I am definitely hoping that they go into even further fixing the servers and lobbies and all of that. So hopefully we will see. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the devs have this under control for the most part. But when it comes to the board, like the bottom functionality of the lobbies, we need to see something different in the next game. I really hope so. But yeah, that next game might be here sooner than we think. Who knows? But ultimately, I really hope that this isn't a reason why a lot of players are leaving the game. But it does seem to be the case, which is unfortunate. So this might be the one reason why players are leaving the game that is, like, actually hurting the game. Like, I feel like some players, like, they get frustrated with Bivors or whatever, but they'll come back for, like, a run or two, and then maybe they'll get a little bit better, maybe something will click, and then they start playing the game more. But see, the issues with, like, the skill issues are a lot easier to get through than the connection issues. I'll say that much. So yeah, when it comes down to exactly what we are seeing with connection issues and matchmaking right now, I think it's 100% fixable, but the loading screens and the core functionality of the lobby system, we definitely need to see an upgrade to that. We should be able to see, like, every person who's, like, looking for a teammate, you know what I mean? And then we can see, like, the connection they have, and we should be able to pick one. I would rather that than what we have right now, even including the way we can matchmake into a game and guarantee that they don't have a class. So I don't know, there's a lot to say about this stuff, but ultimately we're just gonna have to see. This next community update is going to be very important, so wanted to make sure the people who are still having connection issues are heard, because yeah, we haven't really seen much from the devs response as far as performance goes. So this is why yep, feedback is very important. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about that. Let me know in the comments how you guys have been performing with the game so far, or if, you know, the maintenance helped you out with the connection. Are you lagging more on PC than on console? If you have both, I mean, that's kind of rare, but still, yeah, let me know in the comments if you've been lagging on console. PS5 Pro has been fine with me. But yeah, we will see. We will see what the devs decide to say about this, but I, again, have hope that they will fix this. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this, and thanks for watching.